9 steps to be unique and different from others to stand out. If you want to know why some people became unique, different and great, watch the video until the end. I'll show you the secret formula. Welcome to Lifestyle Therapy channel. Stay tuned. To get access to the latest from Lifestyle Therapy, be sure to hit that subscribe button, and turn on your notifications. Number 1. Know you're unique. For starters, know that you're already different than everyone on the planet. Sure, some people are more different than others, but all of us have a unique set of experiences and characteristics that spell out a different reality than everyone else on Earth. No one else has the same brain you do, the same thoughts you do, and the same reactions as you do. You're different by just being human. Number 2, find your special element. The trick to really start being different is to know what you are really good at, what you really like to do, and what actually makes you happy. This may be very different from what is expected of you, or what others around you are doing, as a habit or practice. So, your special element could be something you do at a personal or professional level. It just has to be unique to your personality. Number 3, find yourself and be yourself. In order to be as different as possible, you have to be you, not a carbon copy of someone else. If you don't know who you are, that process can seem a bit scary. In order to be yourself, you have to find yourself. Ask yourself, who are you when no one else is around? You have to be yourself, never wear things because somebody else is wearing it. If you want to be different, then you have to be your own role model. It's really easy to get caught up in what society tells us looks good and is attractive. While it's impossible to completely avoid that, without making the clothes yourself, use fashion like a cafeteria, take what you want and leave the rest. You might even want to look for strange new activities that you've never heard of, remembering to be safe. For example, when others are ordering burgers, order a vegetarian hoagie, or when others are ordering a pepperoni pizza, order one with just cheese and mushrooms on a whole wheat crust. Of course, some people may be intimidated by your newfound uniqueness, but don't let that get you down. There will be people who like your utter disdain for anything popular. Number 4, back your instincts. Too many people become less unique by not following up on their primary instincts. They decide to take the less risky road, and ultimately end up wondering if they made the right choice at all. But to be unique, you must always follow up your instincts. That is always the one trait separates the geniuses and extraordinary people from the rest, be it Shakespeare or Steve Jobs. Number 5, be creative. Everyone is creative in some way, but there are many different creative talents that we can have. Some of us are good at improvising, some of us are good at inventing, some of us are good at creating, and some of us are good at envisioning things. There are 8 different creative talents to pull from, including the adventurer, the navigator, the pilot, the inventor, the explorer, the diplomat, the poet, and the visionary. Within these groups, we each branch out in different ways, which is what makes us unique from the next person. Number 6, walk with purpose. Too many of us are so attuned to our daily life that we forget the first rule of standing out from the crowd. Get up from your desk, shake yourself out of your stupor, pull yourself to your full height, and take strides when you are walking. Your gait is as different as your fingerprint. Make it your own by walking with purpose. Number 7, relationships. Relationships have a big influence over our lives. They influence how we think about ourselves, and how we interact with the world around us. Not one person can say that they have the same relationships as anyone else. Even if 2 people are friends solely with the same people, the relationships they have with them are going to differ on some level. Some people connect more than others. Some people share certain beliefs that bind them in a different way. Some people clash with each other on little things, and that affects their relationship. The point is that we all have different relationships in our lives, which is a big contribution to what makes a person unique. Number 8, stop hesitating. Hesitation is the first obstacle keeping you from success. Take that step. Face the challenge. Life is all about taking risks, and finding your own ground amid the maddening crowd. Being different is not always about being radical, or straying away from the norms of society. It is about not following the herd mentality simply to fit in. Number 9, try new things. We are naturally raised as part of a group. Therefore, we're constantly being exposed to things that others around us have already approved. These things are good, they can open us up to things we're not even aware of, but it's also important to try things that are brand spanking new to you, that other people haven't already endorsed. How else will you find out what you like and do not like? Take the first step to be unique and different, by wearing this t-shirt, and read this book. Links in the description. Do you want to know why some people became unique, different and great? It's because they did the following. Number 1, they never listened to ordinary people. Ordinary people put others down, until they become ordinary like them. Any great person realized at one point of his life, that following the ordinary will only lead to becoming as ordinary as them. Number 2, they were passionate about something. All great people were passionate about something in life, and they all fought for it to the last moment. Those people became great, because they defended their values and held on to their dreams. Those who gave up, on the other hand, never made it that far, and that's why no one heard of them. Number 3, they swam against the current. No matter how good you are trying to reach, you will always find very strong resistance from people. Most people think negatively, don't believe in themselves, and have false beliefs about life, and as a result, they will usually put you down whenever you attempt to do something big or different. All different and great people swim against the current. Number 4, they take the hits. I would be lying to you if I told you that everything is going to go smoothly. You will never achieve your goals without facing so many difficulties, and if you are not ready to take the hits, then you will collapse under the pressure. It's not about how hard you hit, but it's about how hard you can get hit and keep moving forward. That's how winning is done. Number 5, they kept trying. All success stories of great people are almost the same. They all failed, tried again and failed again, then kept trying and failing until they did it. In order to be a great person, you need to realize that failing is the price you have to pay before you can be successful. 7 steps to find inner peace. Number 1, stop giving away your power to other people. We give away our power to others when we allow them to define our worth, to dictate our feelings and to control our perceptions. How often have you allowed what another person says about you, or how they treat you, to impact the tone of your entire day? How often have you felt completely miserable with no end, because someone ignored, rejected or criticized you? This is known as giving away your power to other people, because you are giving them permission to control the way you feel about yourself. The truth is that you don't have to give this power to others, and anytime you choose, you can take back this power, and define the way you see yourself. Number 2, affirmations. Repeating words or phrases, such as, peace like a river, or everything is as it should be, or I am strong, I am calm, help redirect the mind to more peaceful and positive thoughts. Find an affirmation that feels right to you, and experience how it can elicit a feeling of calm. Number 3, stop living in the past. There are many reasons why we choose to live in the past, but all of them are pointless. Living in the past is living in death, because we dwell in what was, rather than what is right now. The more we are stuck in the past, the less we can truly live our lives to the fullest in the present. Number 4, get outside. Speaking of nature, getting outside and enjoying the great outdoors is another way to find inner peace. One study featuring college students found that students sent into the forest for 2 nights had lower levels of cortisol, a hormone often used as a marker for stress, than those who spent that time in the city. There was also another study where researchers found a decrease in both heart rate and levels of cortisol in subjects in the forest when compared to those in the city. Number 5, gratitude. People who keep gratitude journals on a weekly basis have been found to exercise more regularly, have fewer physical symptoms, feel better about their lives as a whole, and feel more optimistic about their upcoming week, as compared to those who keep journals recording the stressors or neutral events of their lives. There is always something to put on the gratitude list: fresh air, sunshine, electricity, running water, Western medicine, support of loved ones, faith, love, the comforts of home, flowers, chocolate, and the many life lessons that are embedded in every situation. Number 6, self-care. So, the need for self-care is important. Take time for yourself, keep up bonds with your family and friends, find activities or hobbies which do not relate to the work at hand, spend time in daily meditation and quiet to focus yourself. Number 7, don't say inside what you cannot say outside. Most of us are extremely critical of ourselves. Because we would never tell the world what we say to ourselves, in the privacy of our mind, we believe that we are the only ones affected by negative self-talk, low self-esteem, and anxiety. When something doesn't go perfectly, we are first to blame ourselves, criticizing what we did wrong, what we didn't do perfect enough, what we missed. Next time you hear the voice in your head say, "I'm stupid," or "I am a failure," or other related self-defeating thoughts, recognize that it is not you. You could verbally say, "That's not me, that's not true." The basic premise of the third rule to inner cleanse is that, whatever thought you are not able to say out aloud to people, don't even bother entertaining inside your head. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you find it useful, don't forget to share it, and make sure to subscribe to see more video in the future. Thanks for watching, and see you soon.